Warning, Dazz Radio is not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. 1K Frequency is not intended to replace professional advice, and our views may not necessarily reflect those views of our featured guests.
Great to have you here with us. Welcome to 1K Frequency with your hosts, Dazzo, Skittlekicks, and Atlas. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to 1K Frequency. We got a couple really cool stories to share with you. One is going to be laden with a lot of salt. Not kidding. Lots and lots of salt. If you have high blood pressure, you might want to tune out. What happens when Amazon delivery personnel fail to deliver your package? And boy, do we have a story for you on that one. Dazzo, it's all yours.
All right. The other day, I did order a pretty decent package to award myself for the Blue Yeti being shitting itself the last few weeks. And, well, the package was supposed to deliver yesterday, March 3rd. But the delivery driver, he was in the area for a good, roughly about an hour, making the nearby package deliveries. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I was watching this because I was tracking his fucking movements. And for a good part, 25, 30 minutes, he was in maybe about 300 yards, give or take, roughly. And waiting for him to fucking call, or even give me a text or whatever. No. By the time he was going to deliver the products, it was like around 8:30 almost, just shy of it. So roughly around the same time, he was maybe about 75 yards away, and he gives me a call. He's like, I cannot locate your location, sir. I was like, you're an Amazon fucking driver. You don't know how to use fucking Google Maps when you have the fucking phone on your hand, sir. Oh, I don't know where you are located, sir. There's a fucking barricade. I'm like, do you not understand how to walk around side by side, move under the fucking gate? No. I was like, so we're just on the next block over. You know, you want to head just south a little bit. And he hangs up the phone. I was expecting him to, you know, walk on over because it's just like the next block, half a block. And no phone call back. No text from him. I've seen this guy already got in his car, and drove right past me 4 times for 10 minutes. And then by about after 8:30, he signs off and headed back to the Amazon depot. I was very salty because that was a expedient delivery. It took him 1 fucking hour, and he still can't make that fucking delivery, which was sad.
I'm at a loss for words, buddy.
When you let all these third-party delivery guys work with Amazon, and they're fucking Indians.
I don't get this either, because Amazon for the last few years has been championing, hey, we got our own vehicles, we got our own trucks, we got our own vans, we got our own delivery personnel, we've got our own planes, and they're still using third party.
You were fucking brought in. You applied for it.
Yeah.
You got fucking trained. You have a fucking cell phone. This is 2024, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not know how to use fucking Google Maps, which I apologize for the fucking swearing, what do you fucking use? Google Maps? You can't fucking spend 2 seconds typing the fucking address, which will literally lead you to the right direction and the right house. Why the fuck are you working in Amazon? Like, seriously, I respect every fucking delivery guy out there. Oh, whether you work in Amazon, UPS, a fucking pizza joint, Walmart, I respect that. But if you do not know how to use fucking Google Maps, that's a you issue. And the funny thing is, I contacted Amazon, and they only gave me a fucking $5 compensation. What a fucking joke.
But it's not like, hey, we're going to make this right. We're going to send out a different driver, or we're going to send that guy back and make sure that you get the delivery that we have promised to get you. Otherwise, we're going to fully refund you or give you a gift card or something of equal value. That is responding and repairing and regretting. The 3 R's of marketing.
And that's technically customer service 101.
Yeah. Actually, you could say recognize the issue, you respond to the issue, And do you regret the issue if it's a bad thing? Or, regret doesn't have to be negative. It can be like, hey, yeah, we'll write this wrong. Like you can do that. That's the 3 R's of marketing and in any business for that matter. I think, yeah, and that's the problem with Amazon is that, they're such a huge freaking company that they almost don't even care. And yet, we still sadly shop with them. Most companies sell through them. Most third parties go through them. There's a lot of stuff you can find on them that you can't normally find anywhere else, or it's way out of your way. But this kind of incompetency, this kind of stupidity, Amazon will never do better in training. They refuse to train properly. And a lot of people that they hire do not have people skills. The soft skills that are required in customer service, which is what these delivery folk are. They are customer service representatives. They are literally representing Amazon. So think about Amazon. Okay, realize the people that you hire are out there representing your company, which means any kind of bad thing that happens is a reflection on you and your staff who trained them. Or rather, didn't train them because you decided that, nah, we don't care about the customers. Yes, they make us all the money, but hey, we don't care. We're trying to fight off unions. We're trying to make sure our members never have, or our associates never have a union.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't care. And, to be honest, to go along with that is the sad state of business in general, is just once upon a time, you actually had to have people skills. Once upon a time, you had to treat customers with respect. And yes, I know there are the irate customers. They're the ones that will cuss you out because they don't get their way or they can't find a thing. But what you are going through with this whole thing is utter unprofessionalism on the part of Amazon's hiring practices. Amazon as a corporation, Amazon as basically a clearinghouse for product.
Yep.
And while they do have a corporate office in Washington, and they really have I'll just say the letters DIE, personality, or DEI, if you will. And if you don't know what that is, look it up on the internet. It's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about talented people. It's not about people with actual skills. It's about things that are many colors in the coloring crayon box is what they care about. So this is why you get these kind of problems. And so I want to ask you another question then. You kind of answered this, but what did Amazon do when you called them?
It was a automatic butt dial, everybody.
No. I have no problem with other people doing this stuff, but for crying out loud, please do your job. But I'll tell you something right now. If I was that guy's boss, I would have said, pack your stuff, you're gone. You're done.
Here's the thing. These are all independent.
Doesn't matter. They're still
drivers.
I would say, okay, I would tell the company, the third party that they hired, your services are no longer required for Amazon. You will not be delivering for us anymore because you don't know how to train your drivers. That's how you literally break the contract with that company. You failed to uphold your end of our agreement. You agreed when you signed this contract, and I'm talking about the third party driver or the third party company that they hired, like a DHL or a UPS or FedEx or Postal or whatever. You agree that you will deliver our customers' packages in the time allotted. If you fail to do so, we will terminate our business with you. And that's really what should be done with this company.
But unfortunately, that's not the case.
No, that's not the real world, unfortunately. That is the world we should be living in, but it is not. Accountability needs to be a thing.
With what, $1 trillion company now? I think it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know, and that's the problem. And that's the problem. When a company gets that big, they I don't care. I mean, it's so funny when I think about when I actually a couple times we're actually called Microsoft and actually got engineers. I actually talked to an engineer for a question I had about their operating system. And they were very helpful. We are so far removed from that.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So I'm curious what Atlas has to say about this. Like, what is his thought on this whole thing? Because he's got to have an opinion, because I'm sure he's been screwed over by Amazon in some way, shape, or form.
Actually, I haven't, because I rarely buy from Amazon.
Wow.
Mainly because I sometimes feel like some of their stuff they sell is too sketchy for me to want to buy.
Well, there are legitimate companies on there. Like there are actual businesses that use Amazon as their clearinghouse because maybe they don't want to carry inventory. Because inventory is expensive to carry. Just ask Mr. Big Ambitions Dazzo about that. And if you don't know that reference, go check out Dazz Radio's or Dazz Nation's videos where he played Big Ambitions as a business owner. It's quite humorous. It is quite humorous. There's a shout out for you, buddy. There's a shout out for you. And of course, yeah, you might want to check out Atlas's too. He's got a very interesting character called Sheriff Nutter. You might want to check that guy out. That'll break your brain. Anyway.
Who the fuck is Sheriff Nutter?
Exactly.
He wants to shout out my channel, and the only way he does is by saying, hey, go check out the dumbest character on the channel who you don't even want to talk to. Wow. Thanks, Skittles.
Just doing my job.
But
Hey.
no.
So
I've never been scammed by shipping products at all from either eBay or Amazon. Mainly
right.
because I'm very weary of stuff that I buy. But
No, I
I
get
have been
that.
screwed over in real life.
Mm-hmm. But that is just life, though. I mean, life will light you on fire, take a dump on you, and then make you eat the sandwich that they've just now made on top of that. And they say you will enjoy this wonderful peanut-filled turd sandwich.
And they won't give you an opportunity to say no.
No, you're not wrong. And if you do say no, they'll make up some damn
Well,
excuse.
you're fucked.
They'll call you some kind of istophobe or some ism type of thing, or whatever, because that's how they run these days. Honestly, it is interesting that you've never had that issue before, Atlas. Like it's just never happened.
I mean,
Like
I've
with
had orders be
with
very
delivery.
delayed.
I mean, not even like you never ordered a pizza and they didn't completely F up your order or just not give you everything you needed. Like that's never happened.
Not on delivery. I have had McDonald's orders get messed up when they're handing it to me, and I'm sitting there in the
That's
car
typical.
going, "This isn't my order."
Well, that's typical though.
That's
Yeah, but
typical. because
delivery,
I
I-
don't give a fuck.
I've never had a delivery issue at all at home. Everything is always 100%. Maybe
Wow.
delayed, but not inaccurate.
See, I guess maybe I expect a lot more professionalism out of companies because I've been a business owner in real life and I know that you don't piss your customers off or you will have no customers. Unfortunately, with companies like the big ones out there, like the Targets, the Walmarts, the Amazons, they're at the we don't give a crap how we treat our customers because we treat our employees even worse. I remember one of my hobbies that I have in real life is I collect traffic lights, like actual real ones that were retired from like the 60s and 70s and 80s. And I had one delivered to me from UPS. And it was kind of a, not really rare, but it was one that I liked as a kid. And when I got it, one of the doors on it was busted off. There was actually a chunk of it broken off in the box. And this was UPS. I did not know that. See, I didn't know how rough companies like they are with your product. Like, it is surprising that our stuff even survives UPS. And it's not necessarily employees throwing stuff around. It's literally how much of a height difference there is for their conveyor belts. And it can drop about, a few feet just to change directions. They're not a gradual thing. And sometimes, they will just throw packages in the truck because why not? Why do we care about this person's fragile product? And I will say the individual that sent me said traffic light probably should have done a better job of packaging it, like putting it in bubble wrap, and several layers of padding inside the box and not just basically that paper stuff that you buy, that's like that long, almost like, no, not construction paper, but you know what I mean? That brown paper that we use for packaging. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
Especially when something is made out of cast aluminum
Yeah.
and is basically 48 inches tall. So, yeah. And that weighs about 60 pounds. You kind of sort of want to protect it. But anyway, That was one of the things I've dealt with. I've dealt with the same thing with restaurants where they get my order wrong. I mean, Culver's is notorious for that. Culver's is supposed to be a pretty decent restaurant, but man, I'll tell you, when you order food, you have to just, before you walk away from the store, like actually check your food or have them verify what they've given you. Because if you don't get what you paid for, or like, for example, there's been times where I've gotten food that never even got in my in my bag. And I go back and I'm like, where's my food? Oh, sorry about that. But here's one for you guys. Speaking of companies that aren't doing their job right. We ordered Culver's the other day.
Oh.
We had Culver's the other day. And when we got it back, my dad actually set my cheese curds on the counter. Now, I didn't know there was water there, but there was. Do you know what happened to that packaging? No, do you know what happened to that packaging? It started to bleed. Yes, the ink from the packaging started to bleed onto my food. Now, is that the water's fault? Or is that the packaging that came from the printer that doesn't know how to use ink that doesn't actually bleed onto product? Because I would say it would be that. So so here's what the kicker is. My dad called them up and he said, "Yeah, this is what happened. Okay, well, we'll give you a free package of cheese curds next time you come in. We'll inform corporate," which means they will never inform corporate. So whether it's deliveries, whether it's Amazon, whether it's a restaurant, whatever, honestly, people don't care anymore. They are literally there for a paycheck. And people like myself who, when I did work retail, I would go out of my way for customers. When I had a business, I would go out of my way for customers. Because I guess maybe I have a conscience. Maybe I know what it's like to be treated like crap. I don't know. I'm just saying from my own experience. So for Atlas not to have these problems, to be honest, it's kind of shocking. But again, it will catch up to him at some point. It will, because that's how Murphy's Law works. And when you get
like about a midlife crisis or anything.
No, but there will come a point where Murphy will kick your balls and you'll be like, I need to go to the doctor now. Because I have been literally kicked in the nuts.
Well, like I said, I've had packages delayed.
Yeah, but that's
at the time they were supposed to. But that's about it.
But is a delay really? Delays are one thing. If it's like multiple days, like maybe up to a week or 2 weeks, yeah, then I get a little pissed off. But if it's like a day or two, I don't really care.
No, this was like a month.
Okay, well that I would bitch about that. But Amazon says 2-day delivery. You know what that means? 2-day delivery does not mean it'll be there in 2 days. It means it has to be out of their facilities in 2 days. That is the maximum they've allotted. Now, if the post office or the delivery service or even their own drivers can't get to your stuff in like 10 days or whatever because they don't know where you live or they can't figure out where you live and they don't want to look up GPS stuff, whatever. That's a them problem. But when it comes to that kind of thing, yes, that is unfortunately how it works right now. How is this still one of the weak spots in our society? Like, how is delivery so horrible? Why is this the one area that's so unchecked?
I know why. Whether you work in a pizza store as a delivery driver, you work for Walmart as the delivery driver, doesn't matter. Use your fucking brain. You have a fucking phone in your hand. Use it.
Kids these days, all they know is, "Hey, Mom, look at this new TikTok video.
Yeah.
It's trending. We want to do it. Let's do it."
Well, hold on. That's just upbringing of their own families. By their own families.
True. Kids that aren't told no end up doing it anyway.
Listen, every generation is going to be different. It all depends on your upbringing. In the work environment,
the biggest thing is when you're coddled your entire life too. If you're coddled, which is a lot of the last couple of generations have been very coddled their whole lives. Like they don't know anything. Like their parents refuse to say no because I don't want to lose I'm my kid's best friend. No, be a freaking parent. Your job is not to be your kid's best friend.
That's that.
Yeah, if you're best friends with your 12-year-old kid, there's a lot of psychological damage that you're creating. But anyway, we don't want to get that deep. That'll be another episode in the future. So, Bad parenting 101, what not to do. But
Episode 20 coming soon near you.
Episode 20. Will we make it that far? I hope so.
We better.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't want to see this going down.
Yeah, no. Don't even. Wow. Context. Anyway,
speaking of
move
going
on.
down.
Yeah.
Speaking of going down.
How about this for a story? How about this? Well, go ahead. No, go. Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna kind of segue because of what he said, but because it would have fit. But go ahead. I won't take your thunder.
I was waiting all day today, March 4th, for the second attempt at the delivery. It sat at the fucking office, at the warehouse. Nobody touched it.
People are so stupid they won't even try to redeliver the next day.
Dude, I was up since fucking 6 a.m. I was checking on my fucking Amazon account. I was waiting for someone to be like, "Oh yeah, this is going back to
This is going back to this
delivery."
address. Yeah, this is going back to this place. Yep.
You miss one attempt, it takes a day to redeliver a second time.
Yeah, considering
fucking
that
kidding
because Amazon runs its facilities 24 hours a day, not like they can't do deliveries 24 hours a day. Easily could.
Because today's only fucking Monday.
That is so stupid because even here where I currently live, I've seen my neighbors get packages 8, 9 p.m. at night.
Yep.
By this
That's
person
fine. That's
in
fine.
an Amazon vest in their car.
Yep.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I approve that.
Those are work hours. That's fine. They can make deliveries up to 10 p.m.
As far as I'm concerned, they should be doing it through the night. To be honest, they should be. It should be 20. If they're running the company 24 hours a day, they should be delivering 24 hours a day. Keep that stuff going. Keep the cycles going.
They're in their personal vehicle. I mean, like this is.
So what? You took the job.
All their routes and they missed it.
That's my point, though. They took the job.
But here's the thing, though. If you made one delivery attempt, but it didn't get delivered, the second day you should go back, be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, we didn't make your delivery on time. Here's your package." Plain and simple. Plain and fucking simple.
Yep, exactly. And believe me, apologizing goes a long way. It really does, folks. It really does.
But not in this fucking world.
Not with this company either.
Yeah.
Amazon doesn't believe in sorries.
No.
Or no, it's the patronizing. We're sorry that you've been inconvenienced. Yeah, you don't care.
And here's the other thing. Regardless of which company you work with, independently, working with FedEx, working with UPS, DHL, whatever, and you're working with Amazon, how about fucking conscious to fucking knock on the door? Not just leave the packages out either in the front yard, backyard. Hey, here's a photograph of the evidence being delivered. Wait, where's the package? I can't find no package.
Well, did you not? Well, no. To be fair, there is an option in the shipping where you can leave a note saying exactly where you want it placed, and they are supposed to follow that. So if you say put it underneath this table that is on my patio, they will do so. They will do so.
Yes, but unfortunately, 90% of all fucking delivery drivers don't fucking do that. Unless you're working with FedEx, UPS, they don't fucking knock on your door. And that's a fucking fact.
Well, no. Hold on, that's not true because if it's a certified package from that needs a signature, they will knock on your door. If it requires a signature, they have to. So, because believe me, I've gotten packages like that and stuff like that that was like needed to be immediately delivered. You know. Mm-hmm. So yes, they do that, but you're right. It's not always the case. And sometimes, they'll be like the one driver. Oh, no, actually, the worst offense is the driver will be like, yeah, they're not there, and they really were there. They were waiting for the package, and the driver steals the package and, cashes in on the goods. That's the other big problem, too, is that they're not cracking down on those kind of people.
Unfortunately,
the thieves.
There's way too many people like that.
Yep. That's why I like the people that are actually like, smart. Like, they'll booby trap their yard, and anybody who tries to steal their stuff, gets a rude awakening. There's many videos of that on YouTube where people have tried to steal packages and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that no more.
I have nothing against Amazon. I have an issue with the delivery drivers. The dumb
Well-
ones. The ones who can't fucking Google search or fucking Google Map.
Okay,
address.
Okay, guys, I have worked at Amazon. I have worked on the front lines. My girlfriend worked there for fucking 7 years. So, yeah, I have a lot to say about how shitty Amazon is. And I can say that with confidence. They suck at every level. There's some nice people there. Don't get me wrong. But it's
There is nice people.
it's the brass with no class and the asshole managers that push their employees to the breaking point. I have horror stories about Amazon and working there. But I won't go into that right now because we've already had a lot of salt. And you know, I think that the next topic will hopefully bring some joy into people's life because I thought that was a really cool one.